Have you ever wondered how an entire nation's economy could function without the familiar forces of supply and demand or the competition of markets? It's a fascinating question that reveals a very different approach to economic organization. Central planning allocates economic resources through a hierarchical system where a central authority, typically the state, directly determines what goods and services are produced, how they are produced, and to whom they are distributed. This contrasts sharply with market economies, where these decisions are made primarily by individual consumers and private firms interacting through price signals. The core mechanism behind central planning is the belief that a centrally directed economy can more efficiently and equitably achieve societal goals. Proponents argued that, by eliminating the profit motive and market anarchy, resources could be channeled directly to where they were most needed, prioritizing collective welfare over individual gain. This ideological foundation often drew from Marxist-Leninist principles, aiming to build a socialist society where production serves social needs rather than capitalist accumulation. Central planning was frequently implemented through ambitious, multi-year plans, such as the famous Soviet 5-year plans, which set comprehensive targets for industrial output, agricultural production, and infrastructure development. In practice, this process involved several key steps. First, central planning agencies like the Soviet Gosplan would gather vast amounts of data to formulate these national economic plans, often spanning 5 years, broken down into annual targets. These plans would then translate into specific production quotas and directives issued to individual state-owned enterprises across various sectors. Each enterprise would receive detailed instructions on what to produce, in what quantities, and often, with what inputs. The central authority would also control the allocation of raw materials, labor, and capital goods, aiming to ensure that each enterprise had the necessary resources to meet its assigned targets. Distribution channels were also centrally managed, dictating how finished goods would reach consumers or other enterprises. A sophisticated technique used in centrally planned economies was the method of material balances. This involved drawing up detailed tables to ensure that the planned supply of critical inputs like steel, coal, or machinery matched the planned demand from various industries. It was an enormous logistical challenge, attempting to vertically integrate and coordinate millions of production decisions across an entire national economy. While aiming for stability and full employment, this approach often led to specific economic characteristics, such as a strong emphasis on heavy industry and a sometimes less responsive consumer goods sector. Ultimately, central planning represents a monumental effort to consciously direct an economy for a predetermined collective benefit. By understanding its foundational principles, the elaborate planning processes, and the logistical tools like material balances, we can grasp how these systems attempted to overcome perceived market failures and steer national resources towards specific, often ambitious, state-defined objectives.